Hello, I'm the Isolationist, and we need to talk about what's going on with Giannis and the Bucks. I do want to start this off. I'm a Giannis fan. I'm a Bucks fan, born and raised in Wisconsin. I went to Game 5 against the Hawks. I went to Game 3 against the Suns. I go to Bucks games. I went to them in the playoffs. Them winning the finals was the best experience I'm ever going to have as a sports fan, most likely. But I need to say this, and I'm going to say it to Bucks fans directly. You need to give up. It's over. Can we please stop this shit? It's over. We don't need Giannis anymore. We don't need to cling to him for everything. This is ridiculous. Just trade him. I swear to God, every single Bucks fan I'm seeing is treating it like an accomplishment for him to just be on the team. No, it isn't. We have no chance to compete at all going forward. It's not an accomplishment to have Giannis. If anything, having him and not being able to field an even moderately respectable team is embarrassing. The Bucks are an embarrassment. And like the talk that we're going to be able to reconfigure things around him in the offseason is ridiculous. Like what, we'll have the 8th pick in the draft? So John Horst can take a 200-pound center whose only selling point is he can shoot 33% from 3? It's ridiculous. It's a waste of everybody's time. They're not going to be able to put together a championship competing team. We have a dumb front office, a dumb head coach, and like 2 good players on the team. So like what? In the offseason we'll have what? Bobby Portis' contract, Kyle Kuzma's expiring contract, and 2 tradable firsts. So you want to trade every single future asset we have in those 2 tradable firsts, maybe even Ryan Rollins, so we could be what? The 5 seed? Are you joking? This is a waste of everybody's time. Most of all Bucks fans. And I understand who the Bucks owner is now. It's an idiot. He owns the Browns and he owns the Bucks. He's a doofus. He's a moron. He doesn't deserve to have money. He doesn't deserve to be here at all, let alone the owner of the Bucks. Doc Rivers is the biggest idiot at head coach that has ever existed. He doesn't do a thing well. I don't think he's a good leader. He's a bad X's and O coach. I don't think he uses personnel properly. He's not good at rotations. Bobby Portis is still a focal point of the team. Everything about this team is he treats Kevin Porter Jr. like he's Luka fucking Doncic. Every single aspect of Doc Rivers as a head coach is bad and has been bad the entire time. I don't care that he won a championship on the Celtics. If you replaced him with any other coach, they win that championship, let alone a good one. If you put Tyronn Lue as head coach of those Celtics, they win at least 2 championships. Guaranteed, in my opinion. If you put Ime Udoka or Joe Mazzulla, the last 2 head coaches of the Celtics, on that Celtics team, they're three-peating. Basically guaranteed. Doc Rivers is useless at everything. Kevin Porter Jr. shouldn't be in the NBA, let alone a focal point of a team. Bobby Portis was great in that finals run, and was legitimately the focal point of some of my fondest memories as a sports fan. I remember being in the Bucks arena in Game 5 of the Hawks, where that was probably his best game as a Buck. And the electricity in that arena where everybody's chanting, Bobby, Bobby, Bobby. I screamed that at the top of my lungs for like 3 hours. It was awesome. I still like Bobby Portis for that specific reason. But my God, he shouldn't have the job he has right now. He thinks he's Kevin Durant. He thinks he's Carmelo Anthony. He's not. Why is he the focal point of an offense? If he's not shooting a spot-up 3, he's not doing something productive. Because that's all he does good. Miles Turner. I don't even think it's that much Miles Turner's fault. I just think Doc Rivers doesn't know how to utilize any NBA players at this point, but he hasn't been very good for the Bucks. His lack of rebounding has really been hampering the team. Ryan Rollins, he's a bright spot. I love the guy. Ryan Rollins, keep being you. I love you, and I will love you for a long time. AJ Green, similar sentiment, little bit less. I love you, keep doing what you're doing, but not as much as Rollins. Kyle Kuzma, honestly, I got no beef with you. You're overtasked right now, but that's not your fault. You're on a bad roster with a bad head coach, and you've bought into your role incredibly well. You're chasing, you're being a really high effort defender, you're trying really hard on offense. I'm going to give that to you. I respect you as a basketball player. As a person, Kevin Porter Jr., already talked about him. Get him off of the face of the planet. Send him to Mars. Send him somewhere else. I don't care where. Oh, shit! The Dallas Mavericks are trading Anthony Davis, Jaden Hardy, D'Angelo Russell, and Dante Exum to the Wizards for Chris Middleton. 2 firsts? What the fuck are the Wizards doing? I guess there was reports they were going to go after Domantas Sabonis. This is better than that, I guess. 2 firsts? If you're trying to put together like a crazy offer, why didn't you call the Bucks? Give us 6 picks. We'll give you Giannis. Why are the Wizards doing this? What picks? What picks are they? That's actually really funny. Luka turned into Chris Middleton and Marvin Bagley. That's incredible. There's no way it's Wizards picks. So the Mavericks are just selling an asset just because? Shams, do your job and tell me what fucking picks these are. The Thunder first round pick and a 2030 Warriors protected first round pick. Jesus Christ, Mavericks. You're gonna sell that low? You couldn't wait and just hope he rebounds as a player next year? 2 useless first round picks, 3 seconds, and a bunch of players no one gives a shit about. Hopefully AJ Johnson just turns into fucking John Wall. Okay, that threw me for a loop. If the Wizards only have to give up 2 bullshit first round picks for Anthony Davis, fine. Wanna know what? Do that. That's a good trade, Wizards. Not only that, Alex Sarr, my darling, the love of my life. I love Alex Sarr. He's like my favorite young guy in the league that's not on the Bucks. Him and Anthony Davis as a defensive front court is actually monstrous. That's going to be fun going forward. Back to the Bucks, though, because that's what I wanted to focus on. I was going to get to the trades and stuff afterwards. But yeah, every player on this team outside of Giannis is disappointing. And Rollins. Rollins is obviously not disappointing. Those 2, everyone else is disappointing and is bad at basketball. John Horst doesn't know how to build a team around Giannis. I feel like he's stuck in 2015. He wants a bunch of kill 'em guys and guys who can kind of shoot from 3, and then you build a roster around Giannis. The team sucks because they can't rebound and they suck in transition, even though Giannis is an incredible rebounder and the best transition player in NBA history. Outside of Magic and LeBron. He's the 3rd best transition player in NBA history, and they still suck at transition offense because it's just him. And the talking point that Giannis needs a spacing center is one of the dumbest talking points that has been constantly regurgitated across every single one that talks about the sport. No, the fuck he doesn't. Brook Lopez was not a spacer in the playoffs. He can kinda shoot. He was not a spacer. No one was going to close out on a Brook Lopez 3 when Giannis is driving the ball. Because that would be stupid. If Brook Lopez hits the 33% of the 3-pointers that he does make, it's not going to affect the team that much. Giannis being able to go one-on-one affects the team way more, so they focused on him. They built a wall the entire time. They built a wall when they won the championship. It just didn't work. They had PJ Tucker, a bad shooter, a non-spacer, someone that didn't do anything on the offensive side of the ball. I want him on the Timberwolves so bad. So fucking bad. Because everyone's going to talk, like, can him and Rudy Gobert survive on the court? They'll win 60 games. That will work, obviously, defensively. They'll be, like, one of the best defenses in the NBA. And that will work offensively. If you have a good screener and someone who can be in the right place in the dunker spot, just knows how to position himself good offensively the way Rudy Gobert does, it will work fantastically. Rudy Gobert works next to Julius Randle. He can work next to Giannis. That talking point is ridiculous. Give him Steven. I've been begging the Bucks to trade for DeRozan Holmes this entire year. If he did that, it would work incredibly well. He can work next to Steven Adams. He can work next to non-spacers. He came up in the league playing next to John fucking Henson. He can play next to Rudy Gobert, I think. I think that'll work out fine. And someone needs to tell that to John Horst. Get a rebounder. Get someone that can play actual center basketball. Rebound the ball. Grab it really tightly and don't fumble it every fucking second. Someone who can rebound and defend. That's all you need. Get a couple of those guys. I don't even care about Miles Turner. Get some actual centers. Not a power forward that's playing the center position. Because he can fucking shoot. He was on pace to win 70 games with Eric Bledsoe at point guard. He could probably survive with a non-shooting center. I fucking hate that talking point. He's not a good interior passer. Name a good rim threat he's ever played with. Not a single one. So everybody's begging and just cloying on to the idea of keeping Giannis. We have no way to build for the future. So the only way to do that is hope we basically need to win the lottery twice. We need the Pelicans to win the lottery, and then we need to win the lottery. We need to get luckier than anybody has ever gotten lucky in the NBA draft. We need to do what the Mavericks did times 2. No problem. And then we're going to use 2 tradable firsts in the future to leverage our entire future to build maybe a competent team. Maybe it's coaching. Maybe it's Doc Rivers. Maybe we get an elite head coach. We find the next young superstar head coach and he changes the entire fortunes of the team. Maybe that happens. I would love it. I would eat my words. I would apologize. I would do the traditional Japanese over-aggressive apologizing. I'll do a backflip and do an apologizing bow while bouncing my forehead off of the ground. I don't care. I would love it, but it's not gonna happen. We haven't had a good head coaching hire since Bud, and he was pretty good. God, maybe Tyronn Lue gets fired, and we can hire him. That'd be a good hire. Maybe Ime Udoka and the Rockets flame out, and he gets unceremoniously fired by a dumb Rockets team. That's not going to happen because the Rockets aren't actually dumb. There's no great head coaching hire. God, I hate this team. I hate this fucking team! Just trade him! Trade him to the Timberwolves. I don't care! Give me Naz Reid and Jaden McDaniels and nothing fucking else. I'm tired of this team. I just want Giannis to win basketball games. I want that to happen. I want the Bucks to build for the future beyond the next 2 years and just say fuck it with having an actual basketball team beyond the next 3 years. Build for the future. Let Giannis go to a different team, build his legacy there. You still have the championship. You did the thing you needed to do with Giannis. You already won. You succeeded. It's over now. You lost. You won and you lost. It's over. Send him to it. Put him on the Timberwolves. I want him on the Timberwolves so fucking bad. You can build around Jaden McDaniels, Ryan Rollins, whoever you get in the draft, and the picks you get for Julius Randle. you will be able to build a team going forward. Okay, Jaden McDaniels is locked up long term. You're going to have to sign Ryan Rollins to an extension soon. Building around those two and whatever players you get in the draft and draft picks is fine. That's a fine future. And if you have Jaden McDaniels for a year and he can come in and do what Mikal Bridges did on the Nets, trade him for 5 firsts or 4 firsts, or trade him to whatever team is trying to get to the next level, trade him to the Lakers for whatever, trade him to the Nuggets, or no, those teams don't really have future assets. Trade him to whatever team is trying to take the next step. That's a great way to build out a team long term. Don't just think in terms of the next move. Try to build for the future, because there is no future with Giannis. Because if you don't trade Giannis, you have no assets to build for the future. It's just him. You're still paying Damian Lillard $20 million a year. Maybe if you trade Kuzma, Bobby Portis, and Miles Turner, Kevin Porter Jr. Maybe if you trade all of those guys, you can build up a little bit of a chest of picks that you can leverage in the offseason to try to get good players. You can try to sign some free agents that want to come, buy low on some guys. But it's just, I hate it. It's not going to happen, man. There's no realistic path going forward to have winning basketball. And like literally best case scenario, let's say we get a top 4 pick in the draft. We get Debanza. We get Boozer. We get, what the fuck? I'm blanking on his fucking name. God damn it. Caleb Wilson. God, I was blanking on his name. I'm just so pissed off. Let's say we get Caleb Wilson. Why would you not want to build around him long term? I don't care that he's never going to be Giannis. He's going to be a good young player. Giannis is 32, or he's going to be 32 next year. Going to have a 32-year-old and a 19-year-old, and that's going to be the nucleus? And I have to say, I wouldn't be this bad if it wasn't for Bucks fans just like so desperate to keep him just because he's Giannis. And like I said, Giannis, he's going to be my favorite athlete ever, barring something crazy. It's going to be Giannis. The Bucks are my favorite team. The fact that he won on the Bucks is the greatest thing that's going to happen for my sports fandom. But I don't understand the idea of desperately clinging to him just because it's over with. Oh shit. Shay's hurt until after the... Okay, it's a mild abdominal strain. That's fine. Oh, he's not going to be in the All-Star game. That's going to ruin the event for me. Whoa, the Thunder are acquiring Jared McCain. That sucks. I liked him. They're trading a Rockets first-round pick in 3 seconds and Ousmane Dieng, however you say it. That's all it took for Jared McCain? Why didn't the Bucks do that? Fuck! We don't have first. We don't have first to trade. But god damn it, I need to calm down. I'm having a conniption. I'm gonna burst some blood vessels. I need to calm the fuck down. My blood pressure is not good. I don't have good blood pressure. I have a heart condition. I shouldn't be doing this shit. But fuck! Ah! I need to talk about other teams. So I'm going to talk about some trades that happened. Okay, I guess I already kind of talked about the Anthony Davis deal. But Anthony Davis, Alex Sarr is going to be an incredible duo defensively. That's going to be so much fun to watch next season. I'm genuinely excited for that. That's going to make, Trey Johnson way more livable. They could make a play and push. They could be like what the Hornets are doing right now. I could see the Wizards doing next season. I don't know if they're going to put together quite the highs the Hornets are, because the Hornets have just been such a fun, exciting basketball team. I don't know if the Wizards are going to quite be able to do that. But I do think they can make a serious leap next year, and that might be a lot of fun and I'm excited for the Wizards next season. Plus, like I said, Alex R. He's my beautiful golden boy. I love Alex R. My favorite guy in that draft. One of my favorite young guys in the NBA. I think he's going to be an all NBA level. He could make all NBA team next season, and I wouldn't be that shocked. I love Alex R. I would build around him in a fucking heartbeat. They have Keyshawn Johnson, who recently said the Buck. I'm not going to talk about the Bucks. Keyshawn Johnson, he's a really good young role player. I really like him. They have Trae Young. It's going to be Anthony Davis, Trae Young, Alex R. Bilal Coulibaly is a good defensive piece to put around him. Trey Johnson's a demon from the three-point range, from the three-point shot. They're going to have a really good draft pick. The Wizards are such a fun team. I'm really excited for them next season. I love this trade for them, and my God, the Mavericks were in the finals 2 years ago. This is so depressing. I've never seen a team go from like a top 3, 4 player in the NBA to a bunch of bullshit so quickly. And it's not like Luka suffered a career-ending injury or is just bad now. He's still a top 4 player in the NBA. The Mavericks just made a dumb trade, and now they have no good pieces after trading away a young superstar. That trade has gotten worse every single second. That's the type of trade you would expect the shock and the extremeness of it to be the worst part immediately. And it's gotten worse every second afterwards. So good trade for the Wizards. And like I said, the Thunder acquired Jared McCain for a dogshit first-round pick and a random NBA player. Every single team should have done it. Of course the Thunder make a super smart decision. Of fucking course they do. Isaiah Joe's going to be gone off the team next season, and they're going to have Jared McCain on a dirt cheap contract going forward, being able to replace it, but being better. I fucking hate them. Fuck them. God damn it. Why can't the team I like do something smart a single goddamn time? I'm not typically this angry. I'm not an angry guy. I'm calm. I'm not that calm. I try to be. But fuck! The Cavaliers have traded Darius Garland for James Harden. Ha ha! Cleveland fans, your young star had to get traded for an old James Harden. That's fucking funny. I like the Cavs. I like Darius Garland. I don't like this either, to be honest. I wanted the Cavs to win the East, because I knew the Bucks didn't have a shot at it. The Cavs are the team that I liked the most. I didn't want the Celtics, because it's the fucking Celtics. If you're not a Celtics fan and you root for the Celtics in any situation, fuck you. So it was either the Cavs or the Knicks. I'd be happy with either of those. Those would be fun. I preferred the Cavs just because I like their young guys more. I like Evan Mobley. I like Mitchell. I liked Garland. I liked Jared Allen. I basically liked all of their good players. I'm not a big James Harden guy. He's kind of cool. I don't love the fit with him and Donovan Mitchell. I really don't. Donovan Mitchell can work off ball a little bit. But even then, like, Donovan Mitchell hated playing with Darius Garland because he didn't want to be off ball. And now he's going to have to be off ball more because James Harden is one of the worst off ball players in NBA history. I just don't love this move. I would have just banked and just prayed to God that Darius Garland is healthy. Because I just don't. Now, okay. James Harden with Evan Mobley and Jared Allen will be fun. Throwing lobs to those guys, having pick and roll partners, maybe he can really unlock Evan Mobley, and that could be a great pairing going forward. That could be exciting. Other than that, I don't love the move. Because, like, Evan Mobley and Jared Allen are, like, a really great defensive front court. But those are the only... they did trade for Keon Ellis. Keon Ellis is a good defensive guard. but he's not big enough to play a wing position. And neither is Donovan Mitchell or James Harden. It's just such an awkward fit. Maybe they can sign LeBron for the minimum in the offseason. It's been said that everyone's preparing for the Lakers and LeBron to part ways in the offseason. Go sign LeBron for a cheap contract. You could have a crazy starting five, win the East, maybe win a championship. But in all of those situations, James Harden isn't the guy I'd want to have. And the reason he wanted to get traded for the Clippers is to sign a long-term contract. Who the fuck wants to sign James Harden for the next 4 seasons? He's gonna be 40. I understand he's been an all-star caliber player. He's done a great floor-raising job this season. He's still a fantastic basketball player. I don't want him till he's 40. And this trade for the Clippers, I like buying low on Darius Garland because I'm really high on Darius Garland and I think he's a really good player. That being said, his medicals have to be a disaster for the Cavs to be willing to do this. Like, they have to be awful. They have to be confident he's not going to be able to survive playoff basketball in any capacity. So, him and Zubac, I think, could be a really good duo. I think that could be fun. Kawhi on the wing. He's been fantastic. He's been damn near MVP level for like a month now. So, the team should be fun as long as Darius Garland is healthy. I'm terrified about the health. But all in all, I like buying in on the ceiling of a young player. Because at the end of the day, James Harden's not really giving you much of a ceiling at this point. So just take a shot. I like that. Now, speaking of my disdain for the Celtics, which I mentioned earlier, they did some dumbass bullshit. They traded for Vucevic. Who wants Vucevic on a winning NBA team? Nobody. Why the hell does the Celtics? Brad Stevens has been a genius front office guy the entire time he's been here. Why is he doing this? I understand that Vucevic is on an expiring, and so is Anthony Simons. But why would you want to buy in to Vucevic longer term than you would Simons? You don't get extra assets for it. Didn't they give up an asset for Vucevic? Why? He's not a good player. I'd rather play Neemias Queta. He's a better player than Vucevic. Why did the Celtics do this? They've had such... Are they trying to tank? Are they tanking? Vucevic can tank, so I thought that was a dumb move. I don't know why the Celtics did that. They shouldn't have. Good for the Bulls. The Bulls... Hey, I'll talk about the trade that they did after that. The Bulls are making some smart moves, okay? They got Jaden Ivey. I don't know how much I believe in Jaden Ivey. You don't have to believe in him a lot for the trade to make sense, because they didn't give up shit. So, yeah, Jaden Ivey, you no longer have Vucevic. You no longer have Kevin Huerter. He's on the Pistons now. Great job, Bulls. The Bulls have done a good job recently. I wasn't expecting to hear that. They've done a good job. And now they have no playable centers, so they're going to be forced to tank no matter how hard they try, and that's also great for them. Incredible job, Bulls. Unironically, A+. Pistons, they said they wanted Kevin Huerter to be a sharpshooter. He shot like 34% for like 4 years now. Why? Like, I understand the offense hasn't been very good for the Pistons. And maybe Kevin Huerter can come in and be a better offensive player than Ivy. At least fit better, because he is a better spacer than Jared Ivey, who's not much of a spacer at this point. But he's not a sharpshooter. He's bad defensively. And he's not like a great ball handler. He's not a great playmaker. That just seems like a weird move for the Pistons. It seems like a desperation. We want to cash in on Jared Ivey no matter what. So they just bought the first moderately playable piece they could get their hands on, and that just happened to be Kevin Huerter. And like the Bulls are like the benefactors of that. And the other team, the Timberwolves, they traded a first round pick swap to the Bulls to get off the Mike Conley contract, who's on the Bulls now and is probably just going to be a buyout. They're not going to be able to get an asset for 50-year-old Mike Conley. No one cares. So he's probably going to be a buyout. And they get the pick swap. I assume there's protection, so maybe it's a second. I don't think it's going to amount to be much, but just getting any asset you can to take on bad contracts and taking Jared Ivey. Good work, Bulls. We'll have to see what the Timberwolves do. When that trade happened, I was kind of thinking, okay, they're trying absolutely everything to get Giannis to the team. They're going to take on some bad contracts to try to get as many picks as they possibly can. It's been said that that's not necessarily what they're trying to do. They're going to try to make some other moves if Giannis doesn't go through, and try to build a deeper, more competitive roster around Ant and that defense. So we'll have to see what happens with the Timberwolves on whether or not that move is good. Pistons, I don't love it. Great job, Bulls. Okay, and actually, the Anthony Davis trade is the big trade so far. But the biggest trade before that was Jaren to the Jazz. I actually really like this for the Jazz. They didn't really give up any, bad picks or any really good picks. They gave up, pretty mid assets for a player in Jaren who can really play winning basketball, I think. Especially in an ecosystem where he's going to be playing with Lauri Markkanen and Walker Kessler next season. Two massive guys who can make up for the lack of rebounding by Jaren. The rim protection with him and Kessler, it's going to be demonic. That's going to be really fun. Ace Bailey, Lauri Markkanen, Keontae George, just playing crazy offensive basketball, coming off of screens, pulling from 40. Bryce Sensabaugh is a good spot-up guy. Jaren, who's a really good offensive player in his own right, is going to be really good. I think the Jazz, buying in on the future, they're going to have a good pick again this season. They could really be building something fun for next season. That could be awesome. They did give up Taylor Hendricks. They gave up Taylor Hendricks, Walter Clayton Jr., Kyle Anderson, Georges Niang. Okay, those are all the players. 3 future first-round picks. The most favorable, they're trading the Los Angeles Lakers 2027 first-round pick, the Phoenix 2031 first-round pick, and the most favorable of the 2027 pick of the Cavs and Timberwolves. Anyway, good trade by the Jazz. I really like that. The Grizzlies, I also kind of like it for the Grizzlies. They don't really have the ability to build for the future. I think trying to build around Coward and Edey is probably the best thing to do going forward. Plus, that front office is so fucking good at just picking no matter where in the draft and just getting good players no matter what. So, even if the pick isn't incredible, plus, I just think they're going to be able to capitalize on those assets. Plus, that 2031 Phoenix pick, we don't know what's going to be of the Phoenix Suns in 2031. That could actually be a really good pick. So, I like that trade for both teams. I think the Jazz are going to be so fun next season. I think Taylor Hendricks can still be a really good young player for the Grizzlies. I think Walter Clayton could be a good player for the Grizzlies. Georges Niang, he can play some winning basketball. Everyone knows that. So I like it for the Grizzlies. Plus, there's been a report that Want to build around Zach Edey? I fucking love that. Edey's awesome. I love that. I want a team to fully build around Zach Edey. That's awesome. I want him to get 40 touches a game. Let it be like it was in college. Just 90 post hooks a game. Let him get to the line 20 times a game. That's what I want. Damn. The Thunder have to play the Spurs right when Shea gets hurt and has to miss a few games. That sucks. I want Shea to miss at least 20 games so Luka can just get a Fugazi MVP. I'm a big Luka guy, and I just want that to happen because that'd be hilarious. I want to spread Luka agendas. I want to be saying some bullshit. I don't care. I will lie on everybody's name to prop up Luka Doncic. So I want him to get the fakest MVP of all time. I want Nikola Jokic to miss at least 5 more games. I want Shea to miss 20. I want a fake MVP in Luka's house tomorrow! People inside the Lakers locker room believe that the Lakers' current roster is built for playoff basketball. No, it isn't! They don't have a center! What the fuck? Okay, that made me mad. The Lakers' roster is not built for playoff basketball. It's made for a bunch of bullshit. DeAndre Ayton, it's not like it was in 2021. He's not playing good center all the way through a fucking playoff run. He's not getting you to the finals. Jackson Hayes isn't exactly playoff proof. He played like 4 minutes a game because JJ Redick fucking hates the guy. Jared Vanderbilt is not built for the playoffs. Marcus Smart, he could be good. He is a good player. He's been great for the Lakers. He's not exactly playoff proof himself. Austin Reeves was getting fucking murdered defensively against the Timberwolves last year. Built for the playoffs. I understand Luka, one of the best playoff performers in the league. He's built for the playoffs. LeBron's 40. He can't deal with physicality on a night-to-night basis. Neither can Austin Reeves. They don't have good centers. They're old, unathletic. They're not good rebounders. They're not high energy. They don't make hustle plays. They're not that talented. They're built like a first-round exit. Because Pelinka refuses to buy at all. I feel like everybody's clinging to this idea of flexibility. Flexibility for what? You're flexible enough to suck a dick you don't have. You're dickless. Trade for a wing. Trade for someone above 6'3", who is athletic. He can run a speed faster than 8 miles an hour. Because that's the top speed of everybody that's not LeBron. And he's 40. He's over 40. Just trade for someone good at the sport. Who are you hoping has this magical playoff run that they've never fucking had before? Are you hoping Heat Gabe Vincent comes? Fuck you! Goddamn piece of shit camera. Is Bronny James going to be a playoff demon? Is Jake LaRavia finally going to play good basketball? Is Dalton Connect not going to be a waste of a roster spot? Is Rui Hachimura going to be a playoff demon and for some reason finally lock in and play some fucking defense? Is Jared Vanderbilt going to shoot 40% from 3 on more than an attempt a game? Is Maxi Kleber going to come back and just be a demon? What? Nobody besides Luka, Austin Reeves, and LeBron have a ceiling. Have any kind of ceiling. Rui Hachimura is the only other guy that could be a good NBA rotational guy on a playoff team. And even then, you'd want him to be the 7th man, not the 4th best player on a playoff team. That pissed me off. I'm the isolationist. I understand that's my name, so I'm supposed to not care about anybody but my own team. But I'm fucking mad. George Washington would be pissed at me, and I'm fine with that. The Kings are now expected to keep Domantas Sabonis. Why, man? Trade him! Trade him for matching salary. Trade him for a second. Why do you want to keep him? Wasting everybody's goddamn time. It has been said that Draymond Green is ready for an exit of the Warriors. Obviously, that was in the case of a Giannis trade. But even if that doesn't happen, I think it'd be kind of fun for Draymond Green to go to a different team. Honestly, Draymond Green on the Lakers would be some fun. I wouldn't mind that. That would actually be a lot of fun. Have him play small ball center. You can move LeBron down a spot in the rotation. You have more versatile sides defensively. I would love Draymond Green on the Warriors. I think that would take them to the next step as a team, and they could be a fringe title contender with Draymond Green, which is better than what they are now. Although I will say, they finally have a positive plus minus. They're plus 0.1. Finally, they got above 0. They've been as low as 3, like -3, while being 10 games over 500. It's been incredible to watch. It's been rumored that the Grizzlies are basically willing to take whatever bullshit you throw at them for Ja Morant. He's not exactly a great asset. Actually, the Bucks have been rumored to go after him. If you just have to give up matching expiring salary, I'm not a big Ja Morant believer. At this point, though, fuck it. He's talented. He's more talented than Kyle Kuzma and Bobby Portis is. Why not? Why not do some shit like that? Plus, if he has like a great second half of the season and you decide to keep Giannis, try to flip him in the offseason, see if a team is desperate for a spark, tries to trade for Ja Morant, that would be fun. Just try to buy in. I think that would be great for a team to do. The other team rumored to go after Ja Morant is, of course, the Heat, because they figured out the Heat don't actually have the assets to go after Giannis. So they're going to pivot to whatever next bullshit comes available, because that's what the Heat do. They'll trade for Ja Morant, maybe. With a magic salary, he'll be fine. Spo will turn him to a passable NBA player again. And then they're going to pretend to hold their assets for an actually great NBA player going forward. That's never going to happen. The Heat made the finals because they lucked into Jimmy Butler being Jesus Christ a couple of times. They're never going to do anything. So, like, if they do it, they do it. Good for the Heat. Maybe they're more exciting. Ah. Ow. Ow. God damn it. I flexed my fucking neck weird. Ow. I felt that from the bottom of my lip all the way to my fucking neck. Damn it. I'm yelling too much. Yes, I love fans. Keep picking up Bobby Portis. Fans of opposing teams assuming that Bobby Portis is a really good player because he shoots a high percentage from threes. Oh, I love it. I love it. Keep saying it. Yell it at the top of the rooftops. Yell it at your front office. Call your local GM. Tell them how great Bobby Portis is. The fans will love it. Okay? Everybody, yell, Bobby Portis is good at basketball. I want him off the fucking team. I want him off the team. Give me an asset. Give me a first-round pick. Oh, I'll give the Bucks a first-round pick for Bobby Portis. Come on, do it. Fucking do it. I don't even care if it's a good one. I just want it to be a one. God, I'm stuffy. I'm yelling too much. I'm going to blow my nose in some jorts. Holy shit. But I have to say, to every single fan that is saying you want Bobby Portis on your team, that's true. You do. You do want Bobby Portis on your team. and you should tell your front office that. Some report that I find like the most hilarious is that the Pelicans think they're built to be they have a playoff roster. That's fucking hilarious. They're 3 and 39, and they think they're built for the what is their actual? They're 13 and 39. I was right. Oh my god, they're not. They do not have a playoff roster. I don't care that they have some good players. You're 13 and 39 with no first round pick. What do you mean you're not willing to trade anybody? Trey Murphy is playing point guard. I did not realize he was listed at point guard right now. He's been a demon. So fair. Put him wherever. He's good enough to do it. But still, I did not know he was playing point guard. Are they hoping DeJounte Murray comes back and is good? What leap are you hoping for? Zion's untouchable. Trey Murphy's untouchable. Jordan Poole's unfucking touchable. What do you mean you're not making any trades? Please give me Herb Jones. I want him, and I deserve him more than you do. 'Cause you don't. Joe Dumars. Lock in. Look in your own psyche. Okay? Astral project. Start meditating. Become a monk. Learn. Grow as a person. Realize your roster is dog shit and it's going to stay that way until you're not the GM anymore. Do something. Do some crazy shit. Give me all your good players and all your picks. That's how you win. It's not really news, but something I do want to talk about is how good Cooper Flagg is. He's been insane. One of the best teenagers in NBA history. He's been downright incredible. He's been playing at an all-NBA level for a month now. It's just unreal basketball. Now his defense has definitely taken a step back now that his offensive load is so crazy. I don't give a shit. He's been so good offensively. Him and Khan have both been fantastic, but Cooper Flagg has just been too good lately. He's been too good. He might be an MVP caliber player next season. He's been insane. Speaking of Khan, though, he's also been incredible. The Hornets have been incredible. They're a lot of fun to watch. My God, their offense is insane. Finally, Brandon Miller is starting to come through. Brandon Miller, he's been one of my guys. I love Brandon Miller. I love watching him play basketball. He's so smooth. He's so in control. He's got some crazy posters. He has really good touch. He's a good jump shot. He's a good playmaker. He's a good pick and roll ball handler. He's just a perfect all-around wing. He's exactly what you want in a modern NBA. He can play fast. He can play slow. He's he's a lot like Paul George. I think he's definitely different than Paul George. He's not the athlete that Paul George is or as good defensively as Paul George is, because Paul George was insane defensively, and especially when he was younger, a crazy athlete. Brandon Miller's a good athlete. I'm not saying he's a bad athlete. But he's my favorite player on the team. LaMelo, when he's not jacking up 80 bullshit shots a game, he's a pretty good basketball player. When he can rely on his playmaking because there's other players on his team that can make shots that are made for them, he's a really good player. Calm, just a downright incredible offensive player. He could be a top 10 offensive player in the NBA pretty easily. I think he could average 25, 5, and 5 for a long time in the NBA. He's just a fantastic NBA player. If he develops even a little bit as a self-creator, he's just an incredible offensive player. Someone that can be the second best player on a championship team. I wouldn't even be that shocked if he develops into being someone that can be the best player on a championship team in a fluky kind of way. Not someone who can do that consistently. But if he could be Jalen Brunson level, I honestly wouldn't be that shocked. He's not going to be as big of a defensive liability as Jalen Brunson is. And if he could be almost as good offensively, or even just as good offensively as Jalen Brunson, I would not be shocked. I love Khan. I love Brandon Miller. LaMelo's really good. Musa, great center. God, he can get an offensive rebound. Kalkbrenner, really big. He's big and he knows how to be big. He's big and he's good at being big. You gotta like that. Josh Green's still Australian. Cool. Grant Williams is still on the team. You got some fat ass then. You got some ass. That's not bad. You're trying to win a championship. It's nice to have something to hold on to. I'm going to go through all of the teams in a different episode, so I'm going to cool down on talking about every single team and like their recent stretch. That's going to be something for the future after the trade deadline, which I will probably make a shorter video after the trade deadline tomorrow, rehashing everything that went down. Oh shit! Oh, the Bulls are trading Kobe White and Mike Conley Jr. to the Charlotte Hornets for Colin Sexton, Ousmane Dieng, and 3 second-round picks. I thought Dieng just got traded to the Sixers. Did I say the wrong guy earlier? Maybe. Okay. So it's just an upgraded version of Colin Sexton. I was just talking about the Charlotte Hornets. Their offense is going to be crazy. They're going to be putting up 140 points a game. Now their defense is dog shit. Don't get that twisted. Their defense is not good. And it's not going to be good. Especially with Kobe White, who's a bad defensive player. But that's going to be fun. My God, they're scoring 180 per game. That's a weird fit. He's actually a really good fit offensively, I think. He's someone that can work on ball, off ball. He's a quick decision maker. So they just got a lot of guys who can get their offense really quickly and create for others. Khan's mostly going to be off ball, using his gravity and off ball movements to create opportunities for others. LaMelo's going to be a good playmaker, a fantastic passer, and someone who's going to get the ball and shoot a shit ton from three. Kobe's more of an ISO guy. He's not a great playmaker. He can be a little ball stoppy at times, but he's good off ball. And he can be a quick decision maker. The Bulls are just a bad offensive infrastructure for a guy like Kobe White, someone who wants to cook a little bit. So it's definitely going to be better on the Hornets. And Brandon Miller's just an all-around guy who can work on ball, off ball. It doesn't matter what team you have, Brandon Miller's going to be additive to it. So I do think Kobe White's a good guy to get for their team. And 3 seconds? That's it? I was just talking up about the Bulls and how they've been moving. And it does seem like they're fully buying into a tank right now, and that's fantastic for their future. But I feel like you could have got better than 3 seconds. When the fuck did that happen? What? Jackson Hayes has been suspended 1 game for pushing a Wizards mascot. When the fuck did that happen? I'm looking this shit up. Wait, I have a phone. I don't need to look it up on the computer. Bro, I don't want to see a dunk he had 4 years ago. I want to see him push the fucking dragon. Whatever, man. That's some bullshit. I couldn't find it. But Jackson Hayes apparently pushed no, it's not a dragon. I'm thinking of the Magic. He pushed the Wizard, whatever the fuck that guy is. Honestly deserved. One of the worst mascots in all of sports. I might if something big happens, I'll probably stitch something onto the end of this. But if nothing else happens, mwah, mwah, mwah. From the isolationist to you, don't talk to me or think about me. Goodbye.